Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy I. I'm Vortex, your host, and today we're going to be making our way through the dark and damp Marsh Cave in search of a crown that was apparently once owned by the mysterious king of the Western Keep. We'll have to navigate through 3 basement floors to fully explore this cave. Plenty of treasure await us, but plenty of nasty monsters are also waiting to sink their teeth into us as well, including a few venomous monsters. So hopefully you brought along plenty of potions and antidotes for this trip. Now, I actually just used a tent outside of the cave before starting this video, and as you can see, all 4 of my characters are back to full health. I'm going to be attempting to make my way through the Marsh Cave at level 14. I think that should be a sufficiently high level. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, as you can see, we have an immediate decision we're going to have to make. The path splits off. One path will go to the north and the other to the south. Let's start off by taking the northern route. And yes, we do have bats flying around in here. Sometimes those tend to get in your way. Alright, let's just make our way through this long, winding corridor. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward path. Okay, looks like I get a preemptive strike against a new enemy, the green slime. And this is one of the monsters that will make you glad you brought along plenty of antidotes, because the green slime can poison your characters. Now, the green slime also has very high defense, so both Cloud and Locke's physical attacks are not going to do very much damage at all. We're going to have to rely on Vivi's magic to take care of these. They only have 24 HP, but as you'll see, Lena only does 1 point of damage. Cloud only did 3. Now, Locke scored a critical hit, so he did a lot more, but if you don't score a critical hit, you're just going to do a couple of points of damage here and there. But Vivi wins this battle for us. He pretty much does an overkill on all 3 of those green slimes with well over 100 points of damage thanks to his Spiro spell. We earn 63 experience points and we obtain 60 gil. And we get a new entry in our bestiary, so let's take a look at it here. The entry for the green slime is number 27 in the list, and look at that defense, 255. I believe that's the highest defense rating. If you're really lucky, the green slime will drop a high potion as a treasure, and it is weak to both fire and ice, so Blizzard or Blizzara would work very well. Lots of resistances. Alright, well, let's continue onward here. Staircase should be just up ahead. More bats in the belfry we're going to have to navigate around here. There we go. And there's the staircase. So let's go on down to the 2nd basement floor of the Marsh Cave. And there are 4 treasure chests waiting for us on this floor. So let's start off by heading up to the north and east. And there's the first chamber. And there's the first treasure chest waiting for us. Inside this treasure chest we will find a dagger. So, basically just an item we can save to sell off for some paltry gil once we get back to the town. Alright, let's backtrack here and head to the west this time. Another chamber waiting for us just up ahead. And there it is. Now, treasure chest number 2 is going to contain 680 gil. Now, keep the contents of this treasure chest in the back of your mind, this 680 gil. I'll be mentioning it again a little bit later on. 2 more chests to go get, and they're both in a chamber off to the south. Well, that was a battle with 4 more green slimes. Vivi wins the battle for us again by casting the Spiro spell. Fortunately, none of my characters got poisoned. And here is the treasure chamber. We've got 2 treasures inside here. The first treasure chest contains a broadsword. Also, remember the contents of this treasure chest. I'll be referring to it again just a little bit later on. And the second treasure chest contains 620 gil. Alright, well that's all the treasure on this level, I believe, so let's backtrack to the staircase. So far, not many monster encounters. I'm kind of surprised. Let's see, let me go back up here. There we go. There's the staircase. Okay, well here is another new enemy. This time we're going to fight the gargoyles. Gargoyles have 80 hit points, and doesn't look like they have any noticeable weaknesses, so we'll just use weapons on them. Fairly high physical attack power. They didn't do too much damage to Cloud though, or at least that one did not. Alright, well that was a pretty easy battle. Looks like I'm going to earn 66 experience points and 160 gil. And I'm also going to earn a new entry in the bestiary. 13% complete now. Lucky number 13. Number 30 is the entry for the gargoyle. They are resistant to quake. Alright, well let's go back up the staircase, back onto the first floor. It is time for us to backtrack around again, back towards where we came from. Guess we can use the B button dash for some extra speed here. Another bat getting in my way there. Oh good, here's another new enemy. This one tends to be a little rare at times, I think, but definitely want to find it on either the first or second floor, I believe, to add to your bestiary list. This is the crawler. And the crawler has 84 hit points and no weaknesses. Crawlers can paralyze one of your characters with its physical attacks. So I'm going to have Cloud and Locke work on the crawler, and I'm going to have Lena use the Dia spell to take out those 3 skeletons back there. They have very low HP, so Vivi easily took out one of those skeletons with his dagger. You can see Cloud got paralyzed by the crawler. There we go, good job, Locke. You took out the crawler. You get 53 experience points and 209 gil. And another new entry in the bestiary. Number 28 is the crawler. No treasure drops, no weaknesses, no resistance. Alright, there is the staircase. That's where we entered the cave from. Well, so far the monsters in this cave aren't giving me too much of a problem. Hopefully you're making it okay as well. So let's continue onward here. Heading to the south this time. Now if you were to go east along that path, you'd eventually run into a dead end, so let's keep going south. Well, that was a battle with 2 of those green booger-looking green slime monsters, and one of them actually dropped a high potion for me, so I was lucky enough to win one of those. I'll definitely take that. Alright, here is the chamber. And inside this chamber we will find a ladder leading down to the next part of the second basement floor of the Marsh Cave. Now, you might remember that I was talking about 2 treasures that were available on the previous second basement floor we went to. Remember we found the 680 gil and the broadsword? Well, there are 3 treasure chests on this floor. One of them is empty, but the other 2 will contain a broadsword and a 680 gil, provided that you did not get them on the previous second basement floor. So basically they're just treasure chests with the same contents, but you can only get them once. So I found that to be kind of interesting. So since all the chests are going to be empty for us here, what we want to do is just basically make our way down to the next level. So let's head down to the south. I believe there is one monster that I want to find on this floor to add to the bestiary. so far I haven't run into any monsters. So if I don't run into it, I'm just going to have to hunt it a little bit. Nope, that wasn't it. That was just a battle with 2 gargoyles. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to wander around the second floor a little bit and look for that one monster. It may be available on the 3rd basement floor, but I'll go ahead and look for it here to see if I can find it. And once I do, I'll demonstrate that battle for you. Alright, well I had to spend a little bit of time finding this monster. It took me about 10 minutes at least to run into it here on the 2nd basement floor of the Marsh Cave. This is the Gray Ooze, which is a cousin to the Green Slime. Gray Ooze has 76 HP, but fortunately it does not have the high defense like the Green Slime does, and it looks like it is weak to lightning. So I'm going to have Cloud and Locke attack the Gray Ooze there, and then I'm going to have Vivi use the Fear spell to take out the rest of the monsters here. It looks like the Gray Ooze was accompanied by 2 Black Widows, 2 Tarantulas, and 1 Green Slime. Go Vivi! He defeats all of the monsters on the screen, and I win 170 experience points and 206 skill. Well, while I'm at it, let me go ahead and demonstrate another new enemy found here on the 2nd basement level of the Marsh Cave. This is the Ghoul. Ghouls, of course, are undead, so they're going to be weak to both fire and Dia. They only have 48 HP. Just keep in mind that they can paralyze one of your characters with their physical attacks, and if 3 of those ghouls gang up on 3 different characters, then 3 different characters may become paralyzed pretty easily. So otherwise, really nothing to worry about. I'm just going to have Lena use her Diara spell, and I'm going to have Vivi use that very useful Fira spell. And once again, Vivi is our savior. We get 87 experience points and 186 skill. Okay, I've got 2 new bestiary entries for your viewing pleasure. Number 11 is the Ghoul. There's all of its statistics. And it looks like we complete out row number 2 there finally. And then scrolling down to number 29, there's the entry for that elusive Gray Ooze with its 76 HP. A lot lower defense than the Green Slime has. No treasure drops. Again, that's weak to lightning and has a lot of resistance. And hopefully you didn't have too hard of a time finding the Gray Ooze. Again, I think it may be available on the 3rd basement floor as well. So if you don't find it on the 2nd floor, you might try the 3rd basement floor. And speaking of the 3rd basement floor, let's go on down here, and we are going to be able to find quite a number of treasures available on this level. This floor is basically going to consist of a 4x4 grid of chambers, for a total of 16 chambers on this level. And some of the chambers will have treasures inside, others will not. So let's start looking inside the chambers. I believe this first chamber has a treasure inside. Yep, it sure does. This treasure chest contains a Phoenix Down. Now, there are 3 treasure chests on this 3rd basement floor that contain this Phoenix Down, but once you find one of the treasure chests that contain the Phoenix Down, you're not going to be able to get it out of the other 2 chests. So basically, now that I found the Phoenix Down out of this chest, I'm going to find 2 empty chests that would have had the same item inside. And I'll show you what I mean here a little bit later on. Well, that was a battle with some poisonous enemies, 2 tarantulas, and a Green Slime. Alright, from here, let's use the B button dash and zoom all the way to the east. I believe that is a chamber with nothing inside. Same goes for that one. But I believe this chamber here does have a treasure chest inside. Let's pick it open and find 295 gil. Add that to our running total. Add that to the level 4 magic fund. Alright, well let's go down to row number 2 now. And from here, let's head to the west. Got more bats getting in my way here. Okay, let's go inside this chamber. Aha, there's an empty chest. That would have been full had you not picked the Phoenix down out of that first chest that we opened. But unfortunately now it's empty. But the second treasure chest contains a cottage, which is a pretty nice item. That's better than the tent item. Will restore more HP and MP, I believe. Alright, continuing to head west. Another chamber. This is chamber number 8 we found on this floor so far, I believe. And it's got a copper armlet inside. So if you didn't want to drop the 800 gil for a copper armlet inside the town of Elfheim, you can find one for free inside that treasure chest. Alright, let's head on down to row number 3. Would you believe that was a battle with a lone gray ooze? I spent all that time looking for that monster on the second level, and I run into it by chance right there, and after defeating it, all 4 of my characters leveled up to level 15. Okay, nothing in this treasure chamber, I believe. That's right, so let's continue heading east. Okay, well here is a new enemy, the Bloodbones, accompanied by 4 skeletons and 1 crawler. Bloodbones have 144 HP and they are weak to fire and Dia, so let's just have Lena cast the Diara spell and Vivi cast the Fira spell there. Hopefully the crawler won't paralyze anyone. Uh-oh, spoke too soon. Looks like Cloud got paralyzed. Oh well. No biggie. Diara takes out all of the skeletons, and hopefully Vivi's Fira spell will take out the rest. Yep, it does. 150 experience, 590 gil, and another new entry in our bestiary. Number 31 is the Bloodbones. Okay, before we go inside this chamber, let's head off to the east first. Let's check out this chamber. There's another treasure chest, 385 gil inside it. And inside this chamber, we have another treasure chest that would have contained a Phoenix down, but now it's empty because we've already found it. So there's 12 chambers. There is one more row of chambers down below, but all of them are locked by that mystic key. So we'll have to come back to the Marsh Cave later once we obtain that mystic key to open those chambers. So that means there's only one chamber left to check out. And it is this one right here that we skipped. Now before we go in here, I'm going to take just a moment to heal up my characters, and I hope you do the same, because it's probably going to be a pretty good idea. So let me take care of that real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I went ahead and used several of the potions that I had available in my inventory to recover all of the Light Warrior's HP, so I'm back to full health. And now I'm ready to step inside this chamber, which contains a lone treasure chest surrounded by several statues, but when you try to make your way in between the statues, you're going to be attacked by Pisco demons, sort of a mini boss that we're going to have to fight here. Now, if you were really lucky, you would only have to fight 2 of these things. It's randomly generated. You can fight anywhere between 2 and 4 of these at a time. Lucky me, I get to fight 4 of them. Pisco demons have 84 HP apiece, and they have pretty high attack power, and they'll even do some pretty decent damage to my warrior Cloud, I believe. They are resistant to both fire and ice, so having Vivi cast the Fira spell or the Blizzard spell would not be desirable. But he does have Thundara in his possession, and that actually works pretty well, so I'm going to have Cloud and Locke work on attacking with their weapons. I guess I'll have Lena cast the Invis spell on Vivi since he has the lowest HP. Then I'll have Vivi use the Thundara spell on all 4 of these Pisco demons. Ouch, yep, you can see they're doing some pretty decent damage to Cloud, knocking him around there. There's Thundara. And wow, that does a lot of damage. So a couple of rounds of Thundara is going to be enough to take them out. fact, I think I'll just have everybody attack except Vivi. I guess I'll just have him use Thunder for fun, but no need really, because Locke is going to take out that last Pisco Demon. Going to win 276 experience points and 1,200 gil. Not bad at all. And we get a new entry to look at in the bestiary. That takes us up to 15% completion. The Pisco Demon is number 32 in your list. No treasure drops. Look at all that resistance. Fire and ice amongst all sorts of other status elements. And now that we've defeated the Pisco Demon, we can open up this treasure chest, which contains the crown that we came to the Marsh Cave to find. And there it is inside that treasure chest, friends. And in our next episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy I, we'll head back to the Western Keep to return it to that mysterious king and see if maybe he'll give us a reward. So stay tuned for that. So thank you very much for watching today's video on the Marsh Cave, everyone. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyable. This has been Vortex, your host. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.